Continuous 20. Full body strength is our workout for today. 5 exercises, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, and we'll go through all 5 exercises for 4 rounds. I'm going to walk you through the 5 exercises I have planned for today's workout. We're going to get started. First exercise is a squat to a forward lunge. I'm going to take my dumbbells, holding them at my side in a neutral grip with my feet relatively close together, and I'm going to perform a squat and then press to the floor to come up, then do my forward lunge and back up to good posture. So from the side, this is a very functional movement. It's as if we're picking up heavy suitcases off the floor or setting them down. So you see how I'm coming down, keeping my chest lifted, getting my glutes below my knees, pressing straight up for the lunge, taking a step forward, creating 90-degree angles with both legs, and my upper body is straight up and down, shoulders over hips, and then pressing back up to good posture. So when you press back up out of that lunge, make sure you don't lose your balance, okay? Press up, try to come right up to good posture. Our second exercise is an isolated squat into an overhead press. So I'm picking up a lighter set of dumbbells, since I'm working shoulders. I'm going to take the weights up at my front shoulders, and I'm going to drop down into a squat. I'm going to stay here. The way I like to hold my dumbbells when I'm performing an overhead press, I don't like to have them straight out to the side. I like to have them just slightly in front of me, elbows slightly in front of me. So a guide is put them right over top of your thighs. And then from here, press, single arm, and then we're going to come right back up. Drop it down, press, come right back up. So that squat also tests your mobility, and if your hips are tight, so when we're down in that little squat, we want to have the hips open, okay? So if this is going to be difficult for you, you can always do these seated. You can start out seated, doing your overhead press, and then stand up. So again, very functional, right? Single arm overhead press, and then up to standing. So that's an option for that one. Our third exercise is going to be a single arm row. We're going to do these from an elevated plank position, so working core. This exercise is great for encouraging better posture. Taking my weight, and set it right underneath me. Set up into my elevated plank, reach down, and then simply perform that row. I like to sweep that dumbbell back towards my glute, making sure my elbow gets up above my body. So I'm pressing into the bench chair, pressing in as I drag my elbow up. Make sure that you're not rotating, as you're keeping those hips square. We're going to do 20 seconds on each side. Our fourth exercise is a 6-way shoulder. For this exercise, you are going to want to use your lightest set of weights. We're going to be performing a lateral raise. Bring the weights into the front, and then overhead. Back down, take it out, and down. It's a very controlled movement. You don't want to swing the weights. You'll find that you're going to fatigue right here, right? If you get to the point where you're having to jerk the weights up, I want you to just go to lateral raises to finish it out. You might find you only get 3 repetitions, and 1 repetition is all 6 movements, all right? And if you can't get that upper one, just finish out the remainder of the 40 seconds doing lateral raises. That will fatigue shoulders. It's at the end of the workout. I like to use it as a finisher. Our final exercise is a hollow hold. We're doing a single arm press. So we're only going to use 1 dumbbell for this, and I encourage you to try to use a heavier one. So I'm setting up into my hollow hold. So low back into the ground, shoulders lifted. I have 1 dumbbell that I'm going to be performing the press with. Again, I like to have my elbow 45-degree angle press. Now, as you do this with the 1 dumbbell, we're not using 2 this time to keep us balanced. You're going to find that your body's going to want to rotate into the weighted side. So that's where the strength comes in. So we're not rotating. Keep your body positioned square to the ceiling, okay? You can put one arm out to the side to help with that balance, but don't put it on the ground. 20 seconds, per side for that, okay? So you can see full body. You might want to have an assortment of weights, a heavy set and a lighter set, and a really light set for that 6-way shoulder exercise, all right? Go ahead and get all your things together. We're going to get started. You can see there's not a lot of jumping around, but I'm still out of breath, all right? So with continuous 20, those 40 seconds, you're really focusing on things like proper form, range of motion, and just performing the exercise correctly, okay? Going through the movement correctly, focusing on the muscle being worked. And you might just get in, 6 to 8 reps maybe, and that's fine, okay? This is not a workout for speed. It's a workout for strength, okay? Get your things together. We're gonna get started. All right. And this continuous 20 is gonna begin in 10 seconds. Whew. All right, starting with our narrow squat to forward lunge. Holding the weight at my side as if they're a heavy suitcase. I'm gonna set them on the ground, pick them up, take it forward, take it back to good posture. And then the other side for the lunge. Heels on the ground, chest is lifted, back is nice and strong. Imagine you're squeezing something in your armpits. Press through the floor to come up. 15 more seconds. Trying to get a good range of motion. I like to hold the dumbbells with one of the heads of the dumbbells kind of facing down towards the ground. That kind of gives me a good gauge on my range of motion there, okay? Next one is our isolated squat overhead press. Utilize this 20 seconds to rest. I wouldn't pick up your dumbbells until you hear that 3-second warning, which is now. Taking the weights to my shoulders, dropping down, single arm press, and come back up. So knees are tracking out, hips nice and open. Sink down into that squat. If you can't do that and you find that you're doing this and you can't press, I want you to do the seated version to standing. Still very functional. Getting up and down. So here we also don't want to collapse into one side, okay? And I like to bring my elbows forward over tops of my thighs, as I was saying during the demo. And set it down into our row. Send a dumbbell for this one, preferably a heavier one if you've got it. Setting up into our elevated plank. 20 seconds per side, and sweep. Press your palm into your bench as you drive your elbow back. Keep hips square. Bring the elbow up past your body, squeeze, maybe hold it at the top. You got 3, 2, 1, and switch it out. Bring the elbow up, squeeze, hold. Really working from your back, from your lats. So focus on where you're working from. Drive that elbow up, squeeze, hold. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and set it down. Okay, 6-way shoulders is next. Nice and controlled, not fast, and we're not forcing this movement. All right, if you're having to force that overhead raise, just do lateral raises. So we're out, in, up, back down, out, down. Only coming to parallel, parallel, up, and nice and controlled. Nice and slow and controlled. You're halfway now. See, these are fatiguing, even with the lightest of weights. So if you feel like you're having to really struggle to get that weight up overhead, just go into your lateral raises to finish out this exercise. And 3, 2, 1. I wasn't joking about that one. All right, hollow hold with our press. Working chest, but shoulders are gonna be tired, all right? So we wanna make sure we're not collapsing, falling into this working side, okay? 20 seconds per side. You have an arm out here to kind of balance. Press, slowly lower down. Back of the arm is not touching the ground. You're looking at your toes. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully switch it out. And another side for 20 seconds. If you feel this side starting to lift off the ground, focus on balancing yourself out. Work on that core strength. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. And that is 1 round. Back to the top for our basically suitcase squat to our front lunge. And pick the weights up. And take it down, up into your lunge, back up to good posture. Really pressing off the ground, out of that front lunge. Press. Heels on the ground, chest lifted. Setting down those heavy bags, suitcases. Press to the floor to come up as if you're on a leg press at the gym. Nice and controlled. Not going fast, just focusing on good form. All right, so now since we've done those squats, we're gonna do an isolated squat. We're adding in the press. And let's pick up the weights. Take them up, drop it down, stay right here. Press, press, come back up. So when you press, you are not leaning this elbow down. You're not collapsing into one side or the other. Knees out, hips open, sink down into that squat, chest is lifted. You can do these seated to the standing. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Woo. Into our rows. So on the rows, if you know which side is your weaker side, start with that one. A little stretch in. All right, go ahead and set up into plank. Keep those hips square and draw back and hold. Up and hold at the top. Focusing on working from your lats. We're not pinching. Sweep. You got 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. Other side. Keep your hips in line with your torso so you're not here. Get in the plank. Press this palm into the bench as you draw the elbow behind the body. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right. 6 weights. Shoulders are fatigued. Full body workout. A lot of shoulders in today's workout. All right. Pick up your weights. Nice and controlled. Coming up to parallel. Staying parallel. Overhead. Back down. Out and down. We're not letting the weights rest on our legs at the bottom of the movement. Okay? Out, in, up, down, out, back down. That's halfway. Take it out. Up. Woo. Starting to fatigue. Gonna finish out with lateral raises. Only to parallel. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down to the ground for our hollow pole, getting some chest work in, getting some deep ab work in. Whew. And set up into hollow. And press. Keep yourself square to the ceiling so you're not leaning into that one side or rolling from one side to the other. 20 seconds per side. Got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully switch it out. Don't drop that weight. And press. Do not let this side lift or rotate. Strong press. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Never let that head lean back either. Always keep that gaze looking at your toes. All right, you're halfway with the workout. Going back to the top for our suitcase squat to our front lunge. And take it down. Up, forward, press to good posture. Don't lose your balance. Good range of motion. Thinking about how we're picking up heavy things. So we're not going to pick it up like this. Hips below knees. And not up here when we go to squat. Okay, we don't want to pick things up with our low back. We want to use, strengthen our glutes. Lower body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that down. All right, isolated squat to our overhead press. And let's pick up the weights. Weights at our front shoulders. Drop it down. Elbows right over the tops of your thighs. And up. Open those hips up. Knees out. Heels on the ground. Nice strong press. Woo. Over halfway. 10 more seconds. Stay lifted with those arms. For 3, 2, 1. Woo. Tough. All right. Into our rows. Working back. Working core. And go ahead and set up into plank. And sweep. Elbow up. Hold it. Slowly lower down. Press. Now that we're nice and warmed up, you can allow a good stretch and let that shoulder come forward, almost to where that weight's coming right to the ground. You can allow for that stretch. And switch it out. Other side, same thing. We're warmed up. You can allow that stretch. Bring the elbow all the way back behind your body. You're not coming straight up. Sweep. Press your palm into the bench as you draw the elbow back. 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right. Gotta get these 6 away shoulders out of the way. Woo. 10 more seconds to rest. Picking up your light weights, which are going to feel extremely heavy by the end of these 40 seconds. All right. Out to the side. Bring it in. Take it up. Control it on the way down. Stay at parallel. Stay at parallel. Up. Hold it up parallel. Come on. Focus on good core. Right? So stacking the ribs over your pelvis. You don't want to be leaning into that anterior pelvic tilt. So tuck your hips under. It's going to help you. As soon as you fatigue, go right into lateral raises without swinging. Okay? Work the shoulders. We don't want to involve too much trap here by swinging the weights. And then into our hollow. moving along. Almost to the end of round 3, and then we just have one more round to go. Woo. 5 more seconds to rest. Go ahead and lean back, set yourself into perfect hollow hold, and press. Don't let yourself start to roll into the working side. Inhale, exhale, low back into the ground. For 3, 2, 1, switch it out carefully and press with the other side. No rolling into that working side. Don't let the head lean back. Keep your shoulders lifted. 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, one more round. 5 more minutes. Get your breath. No jumping around today, but if you're challenging yourself with heavier weights, you will be feeling it, okay? If you don't have heavy weights at home, back to our suitcase squat. If you don't have heavy weights at home, focus on really having good form, good range of motion, squeezing and flexing, maybe pausing, really feeling what muscle you're working for the exercise. So pausing here, press up, down, good range, strong press. And final 10's coming up right here. As you pick those weights up, those heavy bags, don't let any forward flexion happen with the shoulders, okay? So we don't want to allow our shoulders to come forward. We want to lock it in. So squeezing something under your armpits will help that, okay? All right, next exercise, we have our shoulder press and that isolated squat. All right, hold the weights up, drop down, elbows right over tops of my thighs, and come up. So tucking the hips here, so I'm not in that anterior pelvic tilt. Tuck the hips, drop it down, knees out. Heels on the ground. Keeping those arms lifted. We're not letting them touch here. And up. 5 more seconds. Good range of motion. All right. Now it's time to do some pulling. It's time to do some back. Working core. Working lats here. Okay, go ahead, set up into your perfect elevated plank. Reach down and draw back, squeeze, hold. Allow for a good stretch. Up, slowly down. Nice strong pull. You might get 6 good reps in before we have to switch. And switch it over. Other side, aiming to get about 6 good reps in. Get a good stretch. Pull that elbow up behind your body. 10 more seconds. Stretch. Good range of motion. All the way up for 3, 2, 1. That's it. About 6 reps in per side there. All right. 2 more exercises. Our 6 ways are next. And if you just can't do this to start, do lateral raises for this one, okay? All right. Here we go. Take it out. Parallel. Up. Woo. We are fatigued now. Maybe you get 1 in. Maybe you do 2. What we don't want to do is any kind of jerk in the way. As soon as you feel like you have to, incorporate other muscles to get those weights up, right into lateral raises. And we're not allowing the weights to rest on our legs at the bottom. Keep that tension there. And we're not swinging. We want to work straight from the sides of our shoulders. We don't want to be doing this and going up too high either. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's finish this workout with Deep ab work and chest. Woo. All right, go ahead and lay on back. Hollow position. And let's press. No rotating, no rolling into the working side. Work on that, your deep abs there, okay? Maybe even take your hand and feel this side, working to keep yourself balanced. Let's go ahead and switch it out and finish with the other side. Final 20 seconds. Watch that wrist position also, that it's not bending back. You're punching the ceiling. Keep your shoulders lifted. Gaze at your feet for 3, 2, 1. Whew. Now you can lay your head back. Now we can come up to standing carefully as the last lift. And put your hands behind your head. Just breathe for our final 10 seconds. Get the heart rate down. Woo. So today's workout, not a lot of jumping, not any jumping around. Just strength, all right? Just strength today, focusing on that form, range of motion, mind-muscle connection, a lot of functional exercises today, light exercises that we, that mimic the daily movements we do. Exercises that want to help you have better posture, better core strength, okay? More power in all the things we do, all right? I hope you like this workout. I hope you had an assortment of dumbbells that you could use to do that, but if you didn't and you just have a lighter set, like I said, just put that focus in the form and working on really which muscle is being utilized, so you're not incorporating other muscles and taking the benefit out of the particular exercise for that muscle. Okay? Let me know how you like it, and I'll see you for our next continuous workout.